staff, and then drop in at 106 Corporate Plaza Drive in LaGrange and visit with the staff, and you'll know that this is the right place for you and your family. Bell Dental Center offers comprehensive dentistry with an emphasis on aesthetics, restorative treatments, mini dental implants, root canal therapy, sedation dentistry, as well as Botox and Juvederm treatments. Bell Dental Center. Visit their website at belldentalcenter.com.
Everywhere you look on your campus, some event is happening, and that's the way you want it. But keeping your active campus clean and looking its best isn't easy. Nonetheless, National makes it look easy. Low staff turnover and a commitment to excellence allow National to ensure your campus from top to bottom, inside and out, is always perfect and spotless. Parents and students alike give us a 4.0, and we settle for nothing less. You'll like having National on the job.
Visit us at teamnational.com to see what National can do for you.
I don't know about you ladies, but I love to keep my car clean. The only problem is my schedule. I just don't have time to wash it myself. But I have found the place to go. The LaGrange Car Wash on Vernon Street in LaGrange. They have great prices, and I always feel comfortable there. They do an amazing job. And if that's not enough to get you to give them a try, they also
What? You want hand-breaded fresh chicken? Summit Grill has it. Let's say you want to feed the whole crew. Large orders are no problem. Chicken with bone-in or chicken tenders, Summit Grill's got you covered. 2 locations on West Point Road next to Pegasus Parkway in LaGrange, or on State Road in West Point, Georgia next to Frisky Whiskey. Come eat with us at Summit Grill.
It's time now for the Grangers Gridiron Show on WELR Eagle 102.3, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com. Now live to host Jag Mormon and head coach of the LaGrange Grangers, Diallo Burks.
Welcome to the Granger Gridiron Show live here from Marisol. I'm joined by Coach Diallo Burks, and he's got some other folks over there. We'll try maybe to get a few folks to come over here and join us. But right now we're ready to talk Granger football. And Coach closed out the season this past week on a Thursday night against Chapel Hill. It was senior night. Before we jump into the game, it was a neat night for a lot of us, their parents, and had our senior youngins on the field. And I got to stand right behind you as we had our children honored there at halftime. That was pretty neat.
Oh yeah, it seems like they was just got into middle school last week.
Seems like they were just at Hollis Hand with me.
Right.
My goodness gracious.
But that's how life is. It'll pass you by very quickly. But it was good to see you, standing in the back, we waving to each other, and had a lot of emotions, going that game right before, with my daughter,
right.
Of course, and the guys, because like you say, it seems like just a few minutes ago, a few hours ago, you was, just getting started, and
right.
you're talking about how the season is going to go. But you look back over it, and we enjoy it. You have to enjoy it, even though it was a tough season.
Mm-hmm. Well, and many of us have been through those things. My freshman year at Troop High School, we were 1-9, and going away. I mean, it was a rough time, and we ended up 7-3 by my senior year. Just kind of continue to build a program. Had a new head coach after that, and you're taking some guys in. I think that you've. One of the things that I tell people when they ask me about what's going on at LaGrange, I think that you've done a really good job of bringing guys out of the cafeteria back on the field.
Yeah.
Some guys that needed to be out of the halls, that need to be out on the field getting some stuff done. But some of them, actually, as the season progressed, joined you. I think you had a lot of young guys step up in some places, a lot of guys having to go both ways. You had some injuries that, especially early in the season, LaPerrion not able to play the first 5 ball games. That's a very different team with him on it and with him off it. And, of course, as we looked at this ball game, the young man really wasn't expected to be out there, and he jumped up and had to go.
Right. When we look at it, first of all, we're in a different situation than the college level. They get to go out and hand pick their guys.
Sure.
We have to, pretty much play with what's in the school. So, the staff, we need to do a good job of making sure that we don't, miss any stones. We get different looks, different sizes, if they just look athletic, or just have the heart to want to, be out there in the program, we invite them in.
Well, I think that's a great point, Coach, because I look at some of the guys you got in there. They're not some of the biggest guys out on the football field in Quad A. But they've got remarkable heart. We were just talking about LaPerrion a minute ago. He stands up next to you. He doesn't impress you with just visually with what he can do. Yet he becomes something special once he walks out on the field, even at about 70%.
Mm-hmm. And that's always been, LaGrange High. That's been our motto, that we're not going to be the biggest ones on the field all the time, but we're always the toughest ones on the field, and we'll never quit, and we strive to be the best. We really want to get the best out of each guy that puts on a uniform. The coaches really strive to do that. So, our eye for talent have to be top notch because we only have a select few to choose from. But the guys that we have, the seniors going out, they've been fighting for a while. They've been through 2 head coaches with myself and Coach Branch. So, the groups that's coming up behind them have only been with me. So, we're giving them some type of consistency there. Like I said, off season is coming up, so we're really looking forward to press ahead and see what the future holds.
Sounds good. Let's take a quick break. We come back. We've got lots more to talk about here on the Granger Gridiron Show, live from Marisol on Eagle Sports.
Hi friends, Jess Lichter here with Key of LaGrange. We're going pink this month for breast cancer awareness, and we'll be donating a portion of our sales to the Breast Friends for Life Hope for a Day campaign. So stop by and check out our selection of Kias and help support a great cause. It's fall savings times, which means the 16s, they gotta go to make room for the 17s. You can own a 16 Kia Cadenza for as little as $23,500. And with prices like these are not gonna last long, come see us today or online at keyoflagrange.com to help support your local economy.
Price plus tax tag and title. Stock number 19215. Deciding to sell or buy a home is a big step. To make sure it's the step in the right direction, choose the person best qualified to handle your real estate needs. Joel and Rob Upchurch have been breaking sales records every year since 1997. They truly are. They're real estate leaders in West. Joel or Rob Upchurch at RE/MAX Results, because they are dedicated to results and converting transactions into relationships.
Welcome back to the Granger Gridiron Show, live here from Marisol. Our thanks again to Marisol all season long for providing us a great evening, a great atmosphere to be here and talk about Granger football. It's been a neat time for me, Coach, to be able to do this all season long. But going back to the game with Chapel Hill, the game y'all walked in with some expectations. Still, there was a path to the playoffs as y'all walked in that ball game. If y'all could have walked away with a victory, and it comes down to the little things that really kind of kept you alive. If you think about it, there's really a 14-point swing from the 2 turnovers that were returned in that contest. It really would have made the difference in that ball game.
Yeah, we really had a lot of different, aspects of the game that we were worried about going in. It wasn't just enough just to win the game. We had to win the game by a certain amount of points. So the focus was, we wanted to keep going. We wanted to, make sure that we had everything in the right place. But once you look at it, like I say, we had to win by a certain amount of points. And from that point, we would need just a tad bit of help in order to keep the season going. So, at that point, at a certain point in the game, we looked around. We was like, okay, we don't know if the points things is going to happen. So let's
get the win.
Let's just get the win. Just get the win. And we had two like I say, crucial turnovers that hurt us. That resulted in points for them. And after that, it was like, okay, the clock became a factor. And our guys, they fought. They still fought to the end of the game.
The entire contest, I thought that it's kind of neat. Matt Rainey stepping up and getting a field goal for you. I thought that was something that was a real positive. And again, I can't emphasize what some of your leaders did in the ball game. Not ever being willing to step aside. They fought all the way to the end. And really, a 2-point conversion could have put us right there at a tie and gone into overtime.
Yeah, like I said, we had some different factors that was going on. Right there, we had to make a tough call. Do we kick the field goal or do we go for the points? You know, but 25 yards out, I say, you know what, we're gonna go with the guy that we think that can get us the points. You know what we need, because we get the ball coming back out at halftime. So Rainey, he was in a tough situation. And I'm glad to see that he came through, because for those who don't know, he was in the exact same situation a year ago at Mary Persons, and missed it as a freshman. So to be a sophomore in pretty much a similar situation, to come through with it, you know, that was growth.
It's a big night too. It's senior night. You got a lot of fans there to watch the game. They've come to be a part with their cheerleaders, their band members, all the folks that are associated. So that's a pretty high pressure situation too for the young man.
Oh yes. Like I said, and nevertheless, the pressure of, you know, we have to win the game. You know, outside of family and friends and, you know, the spectators, like you say, the eyes that's on him. But when I watched him, it seemed like he blocked everything out. He was smooth in his transition to the ball, kept his head down. He did all the little things correctly to make the kick.
I tell you what, impressed again by the play of a couple of your leaders have been leaders all year long. Thrash, I think, did another great job. Bo Russell, I think, really stepped up in this contest.
You know, Bo was one that started off pretty good. He ended up having a shoulder injury, and he was out for 3 games. Villarica was one of his coming out parties. I had a great game, but even in that game, he played with a hurt shoulder. And he missed the next 3 contests. So he was behind, and once he stepped back into the role, it seemed like he never left. You know, he and Thrash are a great 1-2 punch. I can't wait to see how those guys grow together as a unit, and we have more guys that's going to come behind them to help support them. But, you know, coming back, those 2 guys would definitely lead the wide receiver corps.
Mod Ogletree, again, a true leader on the field for you. That's a young man that's willing to do whatever is asked of him, no matter whether you want him in the backfield, you play him at the quarterback position, you got him at wide receiver, you've got him on defense. He just is willing to step up and do whatever he's called upon to do. You
know, when you look at the leaders, you know, on the team, like I said, we have a lot of guys that don't do a whole lot of talking, and that's unusual for a football team.
But not your wide receivers, then.
Yeah, they talk a little bit too much
there you
sometimes.
Go.
But, you know, you look at Ahmad, and he's the type of guy that you wish you could have for another year or 2 years, because he does things the right way. You know, and what he's asked to do, like I say, play quarterback. You know, on a 5A level, to play quarterback, you have to be something. Yeah. And he did that as a sophomore. You know, then to come back and, like I say, you know, ask to move to running back, slot receiver, then come back this year and ask to start off the season at quarterback again. So, you know, you look at him and you're like, okay, he's been all over the place. When is it going to pay off? And he should see within a couple of months how much his hard work is going to pay off for him.
That hard work and that versatility. We're going to take another break. We'll come back. We're going to talk about some of the seniors from this season. But right now you're listening to the Granger Gridiron Show live from Marisol on Eagle Sports.
Have you gotten your... Now is the time. Holmes Pharmacy is the place to get your flu shot. And if you have insurance, it could be free. So don't wait. Drive right up to Holmes Pharmacy and get your flu shot today at Commerce Avenue in LaGrange or in Hamilton. And if your doctor feels you need a high-dose flu shot, Holmes Pharmacy has you covered.
Hi, I'm Perry Prather, pharmacist at Holmes Pharmacy. So drop by Commerce Avenue in LaGrange, Georgia. We have your flu shot ready. So come see me or any of my fine staff at Holmes Pharmacy today.
In 1916, Auto Owners Insurance teamed up with local independent agents so customers could get fast, friendly, local service. Bravo! It worked so well, we decided to keep it that way. And 100 years later, we still do things the same way, by teaming up with local independent agents who deliver quality, personal service. Some might call that old school. But then again, maybe everything old is new again. Kind of refreshing, isn't it?
Mallory Agency at MalloryAgency.com. For all your insurance needs, it's the Mallory Agency.
There's a secret to beating injuries or ailments. Get the right team. Emory Southern Orthopedics, well-trained, experienced doctors, nurses, and staff are that team. These teammates listen and understand your specific condition and provide high-quality hometown care that will get you back into your game. For more information about Emory Southern Orthopedics team, visit www.southernorthopedics.com.
Welcome back to the Granger Gridiron Show live here from Marisol. I'm with Coach Diallo Burks, and we're talking about Granger football. We're closing out the season with this show tonight. And, Coach, we want to talk about some of your seniors. You've got some guys that really have been with you, been with the program for a while, and I just want to take a few moments to just talk about them and how much we appreciate their hard work.
Oh, yes. We have a good group, about 19 guys, plus a trainer who has done a fabulous job for our program. Start off with our trainer, Bailey Wilson. That's not Bailey Wilson, Bailey Jacobson. I'm sorry, I'm thinking about my first senior.
She's a Hollis-Ann Hawk as well.
Oh, yes. Bailey has been very instrumental because her and Kennedy have been good friends for a while. And she told us that she wants to be an athletic trainer in college. So she got some valuable experience within her 3 years of being with us. And she really thinks that she's one of the players. How she talks to them, she can handle herself very well. Very professional. So I'm very proud of Bailey and the job that she's done. Jalen Wilson is one that's, I call my comedian of the team. He definitely has a sense of humor. He'll have a shot at playing at the next level as well. We just have to figure out which position
to plug him in.
Because he has a variety of skills. Also, next we have Chase Sams. Chase was hurt for most of the year. He took his junior year off, played as a sophomore, started as a sophomore. Chase have definitely battled back and stayed with us. I'm looking forward to seeing him on the wrestling mat.
He's a big wrestler. Yep.
Wrestler, and actually he was one of the ones who got me into watching it. I had to cover it one time, and he came and he was like, "Coach, you gonna come and see me wrestle?" I said, "Yeah, that's what I'm here for," not knowing that I'm here doing a job. But I ended up loving it.
Yep.
Him and Mayo and those guys. So I can't wait to see him on the wrestling mat. Rico Dunn is one that has come and served a year with us. High motor guy that's on the field. He's been through some adversity this year as well, battling injuries.
Right.
On and off the field. So I'm very happy that he was a chance to. He was one who I could touch in my program because, like I say, he's definitely been through a lot. And we really love that guy. Ahmad Ogletree, we've talked about numerous times. He'll definitely get a shot at the next level. Next we'll have JD Young. JD is one who he's been with me for a while. I've seen him grow up. His passion and energy that he brought to the field. Him and Marcus Fannin, another senior. Those two guys, I kind of say they look alike, the Chipmunks. I call them Chipmunks. But they definitely love LaGrange High School football to the best of their ability. But those are two more guys who will get a shot on the next level. You have Ariston Jones. Ariston Jones is one who didn't play a whole lot, but just his passion for the game is unbelievable. How many games that we've been behind and he's the one on the sideline getting the crowd going, getting them pumped up, getting our guys going. One that's gonna fight all the way to the end. Jordan Reagan is one that's leaving us as well. An anchor on the offensive line. Him, Marquez Payne, Cortez Escucci, all those guys will be leaving. Richard Gaskins is another one that'll be leaving us, but we're gonna have to replace some big shoes on the offensive line.
Tescucci did an incredible job the other night as well. His name got called out several times.
Oh yes, he's been solid all year. Those guys have been solid all year for us, and it's gonna be, like I say, some really big shoes to fill. Defensively, you got Butu, who played both sides of the ball.
Right.
Payne as well. D-line, Marcus Pollard. DeAndre Pollard. Those guys will be dearly missed on the defensive line. Like I say, we had Rico Dunn. The seniors in the defensive backfield, we got Rachel, DeAnthony Rachel, and also Cord Grissom, who anchored that group. Now with those guys, I wish I really had those guys for another year.
He really came on strong second half of the season.
Yes.
Rachel especially.
In all phases of the game, return game, Grissom, who returned some punts as well. So those guys, like I say, it's going to be tough to replace them. A new guy that came on with us was Marat Rosencrantz, who came to me on the field after the Callaway game. He and two other guys that said, "Coach, I want to kick." And I'm sitting here thinking, man, I just got my tail whooped, and I'm looking at, I'm like, are you serious right now? But he was the whole group was one that really worked out well for us. He's graduating. Austin Stamper will be back another year, also with Matt Rainey as a sophomore. So when one graduates, we'll have another one in place. So I'm really glad that guy came and gave us.
Kind of led those other guys to the team.
Yes, and that's what we're looking for because they're heavy soccer players as well. And if we can get that participation from, other sports, which is hard now because some of them play year-round, and we just ask that, hey, give us a chance.
Consider it from the back.
Yeah, give us a chance. And, anywhere where you can earn money to go help your family out, for paying for college tuition and your education, go ahead and do it because most of those guys have skills, have the skills to play, positions on the football field. So that's our senior class. Like I say, we really love those guys and the job that they've done for us. 2-8. They're going to go down with that on their record, but by far, it doesn't tell who they really are as a person that I've noted, before. But they definitely set a mark for the younger guys to follow, by their leadership and just, them being there. I also told them that, now, even though the season is over, they can't let themselves get out of hand and out of touch with the values and the morals of what has been taught to them, that they have to finish the drill the same way that they finished the season, playing. They have to finish off the year as well.
It's still a lot of time left in the school year for sure. Let's take another break. When we come back, we'll kind of get close to wrapping things up here from Marisol. Right now, you're listening to the Granger Gridiron Show live from Marisol on Eagle Sports.
State Farm, this is Gwen.
Salutations, Gwen. I have car insurance, but I want to protect the rest of the stuff in my apartment. Some of my action figures were ruined recently.
We can add a renter's policy. For the cost of one action figure, we can protect your entire army of action figures against fire, theft, burst pipes.
Great! You have no idea how hard it is untangling wet alien hair.
Add renter's insurance to your auto policy and get to a better state. State Farm.
For a money-saving way to protect your possessions, call Agent Matt Orr on the square in downtown LaGrange.
LaGrange Banking is growing. We've opened a new location in Columbus, and we've adopted a new name that reflects our community roots with an eye on the future. Welcome to Calumet Bank, offering personal and business banking services with the friendliness of neighbors. We work on your schedule, offering daytime business hours and a complete set of mobile apps. Day or night, we've got you covered. Calumet Bank, same great services from people you already know. Life is better at Calumet. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi friends, Jess Lichter here with Key of LaGrange. We're going pink this month for breast cancer awareness, and we'll be donating a portion of our sales to the Breast Friends for Life Hope for a Day campaign. So stop by and check out our selection of Kias and help support a great cause. It's fall savings times, which means the 16s, they gotta go to make room for the 17s. You can own a 16 Kia Cadenza for as little as $23.5. And with prices like these are not gonna last long, come see us today or online at keyoflagrange.com to help support your local economy.
Price plus tax tag and titles. Tot number 19215.
Welcome back to the Granger Gridiron Show live here from Marisol with Coach Deanna Burks. And been a tough season, Coach. You've faced some adversity from injuries and a lot of other different situations kind of come in and out. But you've got a talented group of underclassmen that are going to be coming back. I know the off season begins now. I mean, you don't have a lot of time to sit and reflect. I know you'll be doing that, and your staff will be trying to determine where can we move forward, how can we adjust to do what we want to do and set the goals for next year. But a lot of that begins now with the off season programs.
Yeah, what we're looking at is, we want to take our time. Today we had our season-ending meeting, collected all equipment, and that was very heartfelt. For guys to leave the locker room, the seniors to walk out of there and know that, I won't be coming back. But the younger guys, you look at them bounce around and, with the excitement that, hey, I still got time. I got time to get this thing right and do what I need to do. But what we're going to do things, slightly different this year in terms of working out and things like that. I want my coaches to really spend time of learning the craft, the art of coaching. We have 5 college coaches that's on our staff.
Right.
And we have a lot of young coaches that's on our staff with less than 2 years experience. But all our coaches are less than 7 years experience, not all together, but in different phases. So we're definitely going to conference in with a lot of coaches, a lot of staffs. We're going to spend time with them. I want to take them all to the big coaches convention, the AFCA coaches convention in Nashville in January, to let them see exactly what goes on in our profession.
Right.
You're there with not only high school coaches but all level college coaches as well. It's a great networking system. It's one where your eyes will be definitely open. You see guys getting jobs, you see guys losing jobs as well, just how they carry themselves there in the atmosphere. But the thing that I really like about it is the materials that you get, the buzz sessions, when you hear college coaches or professional coaches talking about the position-specific stuff. So it's things that you can take away. I know me, I'm going to be the first one to evaluate myself first before I evaluate anybody. And like I say, it's a lot of leadership qualities, leadership seminars that we can take from it. So we definitely going to take our time and do that before we get with any other guys, because I want the guys to develop a hunger for this game and this sport like none other. When you think about LaGrange High School football, you got to be ready to run through a wall. It shouldn't be something that we should make you do.
Right.
This is something that should automatically come out. So we definitely want to foster that hunger and passion for the game, and they need it. They need to get away from it and be able to go and shoot basketball if they want to, or go to games, because you miss a lot during the season. While you're playing.
Just with families as well.
Right, exactly.
Coach, and coming from, we're both educators, and coming from that side, it's also really neat to me that is really where you're putting the focus of your off season, is on training these guys up, getting them even more education, because it's not, I watch NFL, I watch college, I know what to do. There are so many other things that are going on in coaching, especially coaching young men. When you're got guys from 15 to 18 years old that are out there, they need a different type of ways that you talk to them, ways that you encourage them, way that you build them up than what you may see at the college level or at the pro level.
Right, tactics.
Yeah,
coaching tactics.
Love it.
That's what we need. We have 4 coaches that's over there on staff now that has been a part of state championships and national championships. So as a player, coaching wise, it's been a little bit different. We're kind of all over the place. So what we have to do is mix that all up in a pot and then bring it together. I told them this point last Thursday after the game, is that out of my 3 years of being here at LaGrange High School, we never had an off season where all the coaches have been there.
Wow.
Never had one. So I'm hoping this will be the first season where all our coaches are there. They're able to meet with their players and see them, on a daily basis once we start up. Because other than that, we've had maybe 3 at the most coaches that's been there during the off season, and that's tough. That's tough for any coach to do, handling other positions. Because now they're getting it one way, and then when their coach comes in, they're getting it another way from the coach. So it's a way to get to learn each other.
Well, the turnaround's coming, Coach. We saw flashes of excellence throughout the season. We saw some guys that did some things that we didn't expect them to do, step in some certain situations. And I know that you're going to be working with those guys, both the coaches and, of course, those young men on the off season. And I'm looking forward to a great Granger season for next year.
Oh yes, that's the key. We're going to go through it. Like I said, we're going to pick it apart with a toothpick. Every nick, every.
I know
crack.
you shouldn't say comb, because you don't use those.
We're going with the minute details.
Yeah, I love it. Love it.
Of what we had success on, what we didn't have success on. One thing I do remember is that we're going to watch every game again.
Sure.
And just go through our thought process on how we made calls, why do we make calls, and just see. We're going to evaluate players like none other. I'm pulling out my scouting department tools when I was going to be with the Dallas Cowboys. Like I say, it's a rigorous process.
Sure.
To see it. But we want to make sure we develop these guys. That's the key to anything. I don't care how much knowledge you have. If you don't develop guys, you don't have a program.
Exactly.
So we want to make sure that we're developing these guys, within the classroom, within the community, and most definitely on the field.
That sounds excellent, Coach. I'm looking forward to seeing how that continues to work out. I'll be there to support you along the way, anything that we can do from our end. And, of course, next year we look forward to starting the Granger Gridiron Show once again.
Yes.
And we've had a great – again, our thanks again to Mayor Soul all season long for sponsoring us and being here, be a part of that. And Coach, it's been a pleasure to talk to you every Monday afternoon.
I really appreciate, them having me be a part of this fabulous restaurant. They have to do it again. If they refuse to do it, Jack, I think I'm just going to lay down right outside on the steps, because I look forward to every Monday, and especially when I started bringing the guys in, they really started enjoying, the atmosphere, wonderful atmosphere, and food. Wonderful.
Anytime you throw the food in, they're going to be happy.
Love it.
Well, I'll tell you what, for Coach Burks, for Colin Weiss, for folks back at the station, we thank you for being with us all season long. The Granger season is over, but there's still lots more that we'll be talking about on down the road, and we appreciate all of you for continuing to support all the athletic programs at LaGrange High School. For Coach Burks, for Colin Weiss, for our folks back at the station, we thank you, and we'll see you next season on the radio.
Thanks for listening to the Grangers Gridiron Show on WELR Eagle 102.3, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com with host Jack Mormon and head coach of the LaGrange Grangers, Diallo Burks.
Introducing the most valuable provider, your nationally ranked WellStar West Georgia